Okay, we're recording. So, hey everybody, my name is Edna Swindle, and I'm a Gold Ambassador with Plexus. For those of you who don't know me, I'm sure most of y'all do on here. I'm so excited to be doing this meeting for Nikki. She has really been such a sweetheart and such a good friend to get to know, and she invited you because she has found products and a company that she believes in and loves and has had great results with. And so she wants to share this with each of you. And so tonight, our hope is that this will kind of be a light bulb moment to kind of understand what our products are about. A lot of people don't really have a clear understanding what sets us apart from other products and things out there. And so I'm calling this her launch party, even though she's been with Plexus for months now. We never really had like a time where I could do like a party or anything like that for, but I'm also going to call this kind of like a gut health meeting because a lot of people don't understand like what's gut health. What does that mean? I don't understand that. So hopefully this will be a light bulb moment for each of you to kind of see what gut health is all about. So just two disclaimers. The first one is we're going to try to squeeze in as much as possible in 30 to 45 minutes. I'm going to try not to take too much of your Sunday night time. And the other disclaimer is that we do not claim to treat, prevent, or cure any diseases, and that we're all independent ambassadors with Plexus that have different stories. Anyway, I want to, first of all, kind of share with y'all my story and why in the world I'm on here doing this for Nikki, and then I'm going to switch it over to her so she can share her testimony as well. So my testimony is kind of scattered, so y'all bear with me a little bit. But when I first heard about Plexus, I was totally skeptical. I was like, no, I do not want products. I'm a personal trainer and a spin instructor, and I was one of those that thought all I needed truly was to eat healthy and water and exercise, and I was good to go. And while I still feel like that is a big part and foundational part of our health, I realized that I still had symptoms that I was dealing with that I knew just weren't from a balanced body. I knew something was imbalanced because I had some crazy symptoms going on ever since I got to college. So growing up, I'm going to rewind a minute. I grew up with I call them health nut parents. We didn't eat much sugar. We didn't eat much meat. They just have always been about being preventative against diseases. They've had parents that suffered from cancer, and they have just seen so many family members have a lot of struggles in their life with their health. And so they wanted to see what alternative methods there were. And so growing up, I learned a lot. I actually felt like going into college, I knew a good bit about health just simply hearing from my parents and things like that. But getting to college, I had my freshman year and started eating unhealthy. I gained the freshman, not 15, probably like 20, 22 pounds. And that came from staying up late, starting to just eat yuck because I wasn't at home. I didn't have my mom cooking healthy for me. And then, of course, drinking, which led to me feeling bad and gaining weight as well. And then that's when I really started my sugar addiction. And it's kind of like, because I didn't really eat a lot of it growing up, I started eating it and I loved it and eat a lot more of it. And it just like never seemed like enough. So the end of my freshman year, I was overweight. I was very low in energy. I was fatigued. I haven't really shared this with a lot of people, but I even went through a state of depression my freshman year. And I had a feeling I knew what some of the symptoms I had was. I had itchy skin, itchy eyes, felt very foggy brained. I remember sitting down in the exam one time and I literally felt like I could not focus. Like I had to repeat the same sentence of the question over and over until I could really understand it. I'm like, oh my gosh, my head is spinning. What is wrong with me? So I kind of knew that it might be something called candida, which I'm going to go over later. But I knew maybe that was it because my mom had experienced the same type thing when I was in high school, when they started kind of having a little time in their life where they weren't eating as healthy. And it was the same type symptoms, although I had more of them. So I started cleaning up my diet, did what I knew that I should do, went to Whole Foods, got a probiotic I thought was great, because it came from Whole Foods and everything good there and quality. And then that's when I really started falling in love with exercise. So from my end of my freshman year until I got married and I had my second child, and she was 6 months old, that's when I heard about Plexus. And again, I was skeptical. My friend kept saying, Edna, you need to try it because I know you take a probiotic. And she's like, I promise you this one's different. And honestly, y'all, I tried it simply to make her happy. I was like, okay, all right, I'll try it. And really the whole reason I tried it was because of our probiotic. I went ahead and signed up as a wholesale ambassador because I knew that that was the only way I could afford to get my products, was to maybe get a customer or two if I knew that I liked it. And so I can honestly say that within 5 weeks of starting it, I had my energy back. I didn't want to nap anymore, even though I was waking up 4 and 5 times in the middle of the night breastfeeding my daughter. I didn't have the foggy brain feeling. I did not crave sugar. And I cannot stress this enough. If any of you have ever craved sugar, you understand that it really is a strong craving. I've heard that it's like as strong as like wanting drugs. And because I could eat healthy all day long, but when it came to nighttime, I would raid the kitchen cabinets for something sweet. And so that was huge for me. And because of that, I started getting more energy. And because I wasn't craving sugar as much, I started naturally losing a little bit of weight. So over time, I was able to get down to my absolute ideal weight, which I have never done that in my life. And then I recover quicker from workouts. And I can't tell y'all all the wonderful things that it's done for me, even for my husband, who had a very hard time falling asleep and also resting very deeply. And he would always wake up groggy, but he falls asleep instantly, sleeps through the night, wakes up feeling refreshed. And he is a firm believer too, even though he was also skeptical. I'm a researcher. I'm one of those that I'm like, I don't know if I trust these products, but over time I have been blown away with the quality of the products and what it's done for so many people that I directly know, not just people that I hear about, people that I know have had phenomenal results. And so it's easy for me to share because I want everyone to feel as good as I have felt. So that's a little bit about me. I'm sorry if that was a little long. I could go on and on, but I want Nikki to share her story and what it's done for her, because her story is a little different than mine. So Nikki, can you unmute yourself, or you want me to do
it? Yeah, I got it. Okay, so I was going to read mine because this is my first time to ever do this, and I was really nervous, but I decided not to print it out and just kind of go with the flow, because luckily it's people that I am not as nervous talking in front of, because it's mainly my mom and my aunt. So, but anyway, and y'all probably already heard the story, but it's okay. I'm going to tell it again. So in December, I joined Plexus, and Edna had talked to me or had messaged me on Facebook before. And I was like, I don't want to do this stuff. Like, I don't have time for this. I don't care about this. Like, nothing works. I've tried everything. I literally have tried tons of different stuff. Nothing worked for me. And so finally one day she messaged me and wanted to talk. And I was like, okay, I'll talk to her. Like, if she wants to talk to me, I'll give her the chance to talk to me. And literally the night that she called me was the night I signed up as an ambassador. I don't know what all she said, but she convinced me that night to jump on board, and I'm so glad I did. So I pretty much have had like IBS issues my entire life. My mom has always talked about, I know since a kid I had problems with it. And I literally, until I started Plexus, I was even drinking Miralax every day just to go to the bathroom. And that was just miserable for me. Like, there was days that I couldn't even use the bathroom, and I would just cry about it because I felt so bad. And I was just so miserable. And I'd call my mom and tell her, I'd call my doctors and say, hey, like, I need y'all's help. Like, I've got to figure something out because I'm miserable. I can't even function without, being able to go to the bathroom. And finally, once I tried Plexus, I was like, well, maybe this will help. And y'all, I've never felt so relieved in my life. So that's like my main thing that Plexus has done for me that's just been wonderful. And another issue that I've always suffered with, mainly since my senior year of high school, my cousin passed away. And I had a lot of anxiety, like really bad anxiety and depression issues. And I tried multiple medications for it. And I'm actually getting almost completely off my medications for anxiety and depression since I started Plexus. And I know I couldn't have done that without Plexus. But so what else? Energy. Okay, so I am a 2-year-old teacher, and anybody that's ever been around 2-year-olds knows how hard that is. So I have 12 2-year-olds that I watch every day and teach. And obviously, you're just going to have zero to no energy by the end of the day. And so I would wake up in the mornings and be like, man, I'm so tired. I don't want to go to work. I'm so tired. And then once I started Plexus, I would wake up and I'd be like, man, I can do this. Like, I can get through this day and I will be just fine. And usually right when the kids would wake up from nap before I was on Plexus, I'd be like, oh my gosh, it's at 5 o'clock yet. Like, I'm so ready to go home. I need a nap. Some days I would go home during my lunch break and nap. Like, that is crazy. I am 23 years old. I should not need a nap on my lunch break. I was putting sleep over food because I was like, should I sleep or, So I would start drinking my Plexus around 2 after my lunch break. Y'all, I could conquer the day after that because I could actually play with my kids. And like, that's so important to me, even though I'm not a mom or anything, these kids at school are my kids. And so I actually could enjoy like being with them and teaching them. And I never felt that before. I literally would just be so tired that I couldn't even care. Like, I just wanted to go home. I just wanted to sleep. I just think of anything possible to like try to rest some before. And then so my slim kicks in and I was so ready I could conquer the rest of the day. And y'all, these products are awesome. And I really just don't know I just don't know how I functioned without them before. And so that's pretty much my story. I had lots of anxiety issues, depression, IBS, exhausted all the time. And I don't have that anymore. And so that's the main reason why when people ask me what my story is, I'm like, I will gladly tell you. Let me start from the beginning. I will tell you from December how much Plexus has changed my life. And so I can only thank Edna for that, because if it wasn't for her, constantly trying to get me on board, I could not. I wish I would have done it sooner, because she'd messaged me before and I was like, no thanks. But now I'm like, man, should have said yes a long time ago. So that's my story.
Awesome. I love hearing your story. It really is amazing to hear just how much things have changed for you. And that's what I love. I mean, that keeps me going, and I just love it. So, okay, I am going to start our slideshow. And one thing that I did want to add to my testimony is I'm now 13 weeks pregnant on the products. I believe they're that safe and they're that natural. And I really have felt a difference this pregnancy. I normally feel really good pregnant. I won't lie. I love it. I think it's great. I have, for the most part, decent energy. But the first trimester, it's that time where you just want to sleep all day. And I have had way more energy, and I'm now running around with 2 other ones already. So, I mean, it's a difference for sure. So that's also been a blessing, because I have to be present and a good mom when I have 2 other ones already. So, all right, let me share the screen and we'll get started on the slideshow. Okay, so why am I hearing so much about this pink drink? I've already did the disclaimer. We've done that. Okay, so the common symptoms of an unhealthy gut. So I'm going to go over a few slides, and it's going to give you different list of different symptoms that can be because of an unhealthy gut. And I want you to really think about this. You know, like for a lot of people, it's a huge light bulb moment. Like, what? This can be connected to your gut? And, you know, it really can. And I'm going to explain why it can in a little while. But like sugar cravings, hypoglycemia, thyroid issues. Okay, so I'm going to share just a little bit about people I personally know that have had significant relief from some of these things. So my sister-in-law, she, just allergies is one of these listed right now. She had terrible allergies, and she's almost completely relieved. Doesn't have to do nose sprays and all that stuff, and has found that she has saved money from not having to get all that extra stuff by getting to the root issue. So that's pretty awesome. My skin, I never had acne. I had blackheads though. My skin is clearer than it's ever been. My hair is stronger, my nails than it's ever been. The brain fog's gone. Sinus infections, just things that you deal with in everyday life that it would be nice not to have to deal with. My sister-in-law also dealt with migraines. I know a lot of people that have migraines. I've never had one before, thank goodness. But she has cut, I would say she got one, I think she said 2 or 3 times a month. She maybe gets one every 6 months now. So, I mean, just overall quality of life has just been so much better for her. My husband will tell you that my mood has been way better since Plexus. He says that I just don't have mood swings anymore. I'm just kind of like, you know, the same. I'm still a girl, still have those moments, but he's like, thank God for Plexus. Okay, so I want to tell you a little interesting fact. Y'all might already know this, but beside the skin, the gut is the largest barrier to the outside world. So when you think about that, you need to remember how important it is to keep that very, very healthy, because that's protecting us from environmental toxins and things like that. So that's why it's so critical to have our gut flora in balance. And I want y'all to also notice, as I'm going through these slides, that our gut is the storehouse not only for our physical health, but also our emotional health, and how that is also connected. I would have never, ever thought that. Even though I knew about Candida and gut health before Plexus, I would have never said that my emotional health was connected to it, but it definitely is. So 80%, as this slide says, of your immune system is located in your digestive tract. And so I find that also very fascinating. People that are constantly getting sick, I'm not really thinking, oh, you're just getting sick because you're around germs. I don't think that anymore. I think, well, let's take a look at your gut health. What's going on? Like, you know, must be unhealthy. And I can't tell you just how many people, just families, children that have been on Plexus that hardly get sick ever anymore. It's pretty awesome. So what happens to our gut? Why are we experiencing headaches? Why do we want to take a nap every afternoon? Why are we wanting sugar like a maniac? And basically, it's life. Stress, antibiotics, environmental toxins, alcohol, all these things are working against us. And antibiotics is, I personally have not really taken many in my lifetime. I can maybe count on one hand how many I've taken, but I know that they can be a blessing, but they really can mess up your gut. What antibiotics is doing is it's targeting, getting rid of your issue going on, and in the meantime it's stripping your gut of all the beneficial gut bacteria and vitamins in there, and so it leaves you depleted, and then your body kind of goes into like stress mode, and it doesn't know what to do. And so it's kind of like a vicious cycle. And then you get sick easier the next time, and then you need another antibiotic. And it's just a really bad cycle to be in. So a lot of people have had to have antibiotics, but it's kind of been a blessing and a curse at the same time. So the candida, what I was talking about earlier, candida is not a simple yeast infection. It is a fungus, and it basically attacks our cells in our body and makes our immune system extremely weak. So when you have an overabundance of bad bacteria in your gut, because your body's been stripped of the good, the bad's taking over because of toxins, antibiotics, sugar, dead matter, all those things candida cells feed off of. So the more sugar you eat, the more you're going to have candida, and things like that. Even alcohol, high carb diets, things like that. If you eat the standard American diet, I would say most people have a hard time having a good balance of good and bad bacteria in your gut. So the candida cells, what happens is they grow tiny hair-like, how do I explain this? Tiny hair-like, it's like a tiny hair-like structure of a cell, and it burrows into hard surfaces. So when the candida cells are in your gut, it can burrow in your intestinal lining, and guess what happens? All the toxins and bad bacteria and waste that need to go out are getting into your bloodstream. And that is that's why you feel horrible. That's why you have the brain fog. That's why you're tired, because all those toxins are getting into your bloodstream, and it's not making your body be normal, basically. Let me just check my notes, make sure I'm on track. I always have the question before Plexus, why are people having more problems than I've ever seen them have? More autoimmune disorders, more, harder time having control over your weight. Just any of those symptoms that I listed, why does it seem like more and more people are having these things, Crohn's disease, things like that? It's because of our stressful lives. All the antibiotics we have to take, all the environmental toxins, and antibiotics not only just from taking them, but also in our food. You're getting a lot of that without even realizing it. It's just the American lifestyle, I feel like, is leading us into this direction. So I believe over time you're going to see more and more people talking about gut health, because people are catching on and they're realizing how important this is. So in this slide, it just kind of shows you where my mouse is, all the different things that leaky gut or candida, it's the same thing. It's called leaky gut because of the candida cells burrowing in your intestinal lining, leaving it leaky. All the different things that it can affect in your body. So how do we deal with how we feel? We take ibuprofen and Tylenol because we feel bad, and more drugs, and then you know what? That's giving you more damage overall. So now that it's all depressing, what can we do about it? And I want to add one more thing. I tell people this a lot, being a personal trainer and all. It's hard to get yourself out of the bad health cycle, because when you eat bad, it leads to candida. When you have candida, you have low energy, then you gain weight, and then you don't want to go exercise. And it's just like you're in this cycle that you can't ever get out of, and it's hard to kind of step your foot out of it. But when you get to the root symptom, you target it, you start feeling better, you have energy, you want to go work out, you want to eat better, and it's just like you've gotten in a wonderful cycle. So I tell people that's what Plexus is for me. That's what Plexus is for so many people. It's like the missing piece of the puzzle that gives us our health, that makes us feel better, to help us get to the root of our issues so we can be the best that we can be. That's what it was for me. I was able to be a better mom because I had more energy and just felt better about myself. And so what all helped me with that? So you can target your health by addressing, this is our triplex. These are the foundational products of Plexus, and there's, I think, 16 products total. We don't have an overabundance of them, but I am going to only go over 3 or 4 of our main ones. I feel like one thing that sets Plexus apart really differently than a lot of other health companies out there is so many other health companies are giving you Band-Aids over your symptoms. It's just trying to mask the problem when all we need really is to get to the root of the issue, and that's what our triplex does. So it helps with blood sugar stabilization, gut health, inflammation. And I'm going to add nutrient absorption as well because I'm going to go over one more product besides this. So I'm going to go, it's going to be a crash course. It's going to be really quick. But our products are designed to help you feel better from the inside out, not from the outside, and that's it. So if you have ever been one to really crave sugar like I did, if you've ever tried to detox from it and tried to cut it out, it's extremely hard and it makes you feel horrible and yeah, you're pretty miserable. So what our main foundational or our flagship product does, well, hold on one second. This is called our Plexus Slim. It's our pink drink that you've probably heard so much about. And I don't know if you can see me or not in the side view, but I do have the little packet. It's super simple and it's really good. You mix it up once a day in your water. You shake it up. You don't have to drink it multiple times. And what it does is it balances your blood sugar. So with an ingredient called chromium. So instead of you having peaks and valleys all day long where you are really high in energy and then you feel like a crash and then you need coffee and then you get really high in energy and then you have a crash again. I'm sorry, one second. My son just came in. Hey. He'll be here in a minute. We'll get back in your bed. Okay. I'll be there in a minute, okay. What it's going to do, like I said, is it's going to stabilize your blood sugar where it gives you that sustained energy throughout the whole day without artificial stimulants. Okay, I'll be in there in a minute. I told you, okay? I'll be in there in a minute, okay? Which is huge to me. I don't like anything artificial going on in my body. So no artificial stimulants, no caffeine. It simply balances your blood sugar levels with that ingredient called chromium. It also addresses inflammation, it has a very powerful anti-inflammatory in it that's natural called alpha lipoic acid, which is great because you can Google about inflammation and how much that affects your body. It's great for people that exercise because you have reduced pain after your workouts. If you have any kind of pain going on in your body, it helps with that. And I love, again, how it's a natural ingredient. Also, it's sweetened with stevia, so it doesn't contain artificial sweeteners. And again, no caffeine. And it's super easy and yummy. I love it. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything I wanted to talk about with that. It was originally made for type 2 diabetics, but what they found is that people naturally started losing weight from it and just had that sustained energy throughout the day. So that's when they started marketing it. But if you are someone that maybe does not need to lose weight, then the Slim is not going to do that for you. It really is just to make you feel better, help you with your control over your food cravings, and gives you that energy. So I can guarantee it's more than just getting you slim. If you're already slim, you still can drink it. My husband drinks it. He doesn't need to lose any weight. So it's really for everybody. Okay, the game changer, Probio 5, the whole reason that I started Plexus. Again, like I said in my story before, I was taking a really good probiotic from Whole Foods. It was about the same price, if not a little bit more. I think it was a little bit more than ours in cost. No, hey, no, it's up. Yeah, he's wanting you. So a lot, you hear a lot of times now, taking a probiotic is a really good idea. So it is a good idea, but while taking our probiotic is better is because not only like other probiotics are you getting good beneficial bacteria back into your gut, which it's been depleted of or just an imbalance of, but it also has an antifungal in it and digestive enzymes that help give you the good bacteria, target the bad bacteria and kill it. So you can't overtake and balance out your gut flora by just getting good probiotics. You have to have something that actually goes in and targets it and kills the bad. Otherwise, it's just not going to work. And so that's one reason that I felt an extreme difference in our probiotic compared to the other that I was taking. It truly has just been awesome. It's so powerful that we always have to get people to start very slowly with it, because if you just start taking like 4 at once, which that's not your recommended dosage anyway, you don't have to take that many, but you can have candida die-off symptoms because it is that powerful. So we always recommend start slow and then just kind of build up as time goes on according to your needs for your body. Okay, let's see. Can y'all see me in the right-hand corner? Nikki, I can see you. Can not if you can see me. You can? Okay. So our third product in our triplex is the BioCleanse, and it's basically a magnesium supplement, and I say you always want to take the BioCleanse with the probiotic because they're basically married. You have to take both of them together for them to work together effectively. And the reason why, the example that we use is kind of gross, but if you only take our probiotic, the Probio 5, it's basically like you're scrubbing the toilet, and if you're not taking the BioCleanse with it, then you're not flushing it afterwards. And so all the dead matter and the bad bacteria that the probiotic has killed needs to gently be cleansed out of your body with the BioCleanse. And it's not like a cleanse that you hear going on, like you're going to be running to the bathroom all the time. It's very, very gentle. So even people that have something like IBS, Chad just walked in, he said it works, my husband. So if you have IBS-C, then it helps with that, of course. But even if you have IBS-D, it's simply a regulator. It helps with both ways. So you could be one extreme or the other, and I would still suggest taking the BioCleanse because it just, it regulates and just calms your colon, basically. It also oxygenates your body to a cellular level, and bacteria and disease cannot live in a well-oxygenated environment. And so I love it too, because if you're like me and like to work out, it's oxygenating your body, which I just like to think about that when I'm exercising. My BioCleanse is helping me oxygenate better. Okay, so I'm going to go to the next one and just kind of show you an overview of our other products. I'll just briefly go over some of them. So the next one that I would say is my absolute favorite is our X Factor multivitamin. Of course, everybody, I believe, needs to be on a multivitamin because even if you eat very healthy, we still can be nutrient deficient in certain areas. And I used to not like actually hated taking multivitamins before, if you really want me to be honest, because they always made me feel nauseated. I would burp. And I just didn't like the way it made me feel. If I did not have something in my stomach, I mean, I would just feel like I just was so nauseated. Our X Factor is not like that at all. It is, even my mom, she will swear that she loves it so much. One of the biggest things about our X Factor that sets it apart from any others is it has aloe in it. So the aloe will actually help you absorb your nutrients up to 300% more than if aloe weren't in it. So I know this sounds gross, but you know when you take a multivitamin and you go to the bathroom and it's just like neon and everything's just going through you and you don't seem like you're absorbing any of it? Well, the aloe in it is not like that. And I don't get burps. I don't feel nauseated. They don't have a funny smell. They're great. So love that. We have our children's X Factor vitamins. They don't have artificial sweeteners and dyes like most out there do for children. Our Boost is a great pre-workout. It's a thermogenic, helps you sweat, helps you lose weight. Our Block is a sugar and carb blocker. You take it with your biggest meals of the day. If you go out to eat, you're going to have a cheat meal, whatever. It blocks your carb and sugar absorption up to 48%. So almost half, basically. So it's pretty cool. Our Mega X is our omega supplement. It's completely plant-based. That is the only one on the market like that. Very unique. It is not a horse pill. It is small. Again, it does not make you have those fishy burps because it's plant-based. So a lot of people that know how good omegas are for you are like, oh my gosh, thank goodness for no fish burps. The Accelerator is a companion product to our Slim. For those of you who are just wanting a boost of losing weight, whatever, a lot of people love it. I personally have never taken it before because that does contain caffeine, and I'm very sensitive to products like that, but a lot of people do have great results with it. But I always suggest starting with the foundational products first, our Triplex, and then if you still want more dramatic weight loss after that, you can move on to Accelerator and add that in your regimen. We have Plexus Nerve. That is our nerve support. Our Ease line is awesome. Basically, anything you would take ibuprofen, Tylenol for, you would take these instead. It's a cream that you can rub on achy joints or muscles or after working out. And then our Ease pills, like I said, you can use in place of pain relievers. Our body cream has charcoal, activated charcoal to help detoxify your skin. It's great after sunburns. It's basically, people say it's like Windex and Big Fat Greek Wedding. You can put it on anything. It works for everything. I even know some women with plexus that put it in their hair to help it not frizz. I mean, it's basically, you can put it on anything. We have a breast check kit that's our actually the first product that Plexus ever had. I think that's pretty interesting. And then our P96 Plexus protein. It's pre-measured packets on the go, very low in carbs, sweetened with stevia, grass-fed whey. It's really a clean whey protein if that's something that you're interested in. So here's the breakdown of the prices for the Triplex if you are interested in getting all three of those main products that I was talking about. There are 3 different ways to buy. All 3 ways you get a 60-day money-back guarantee. I love that. I think that speaks volumes about our company and the confidence in our products, because there's only a 1% return rate with that. So it shows you how many people love it. So the retail price is $139. That's a one-time purchase at full cost. Then the second way to order is a customer's preferred. And I would say Nikki and I think I can say this for her, 98, 99% of our customers go preferred route, just simply because you do save that little bit of money. And it's so worth that. And you have complete control of your orders. That's another thing that I love. You literally sign up. You have a username and password. You can edit according to what you need. no strings attached. You don't even have to call customer service. And then we have our wholesale option, which that's the way that I started, because I knew that I was probably going to be taking these products a while. I knew that my husband was probably going to be on it. And why not get paid to get your own products? So anything over $100 you spend, you start making commission off of yourself, even your own orders. Again, there's no strings attached. There's no minimum order. You don't have to order every month if you don't want to. So that's another reason why I've loved Plexus. It's just, it is what it is. It is what you see. It's no gotchas. You don't have to carry inventory. It really is great. So you don't even have to pay a website fee. I do want to go over this just briefly and just share this with you in case any of y'all that are on are interested. But I really, to be honest, was not looking for a business when this started. I really just wanted to get my products paid for. But I tell people this all the time, that the Lord really just dropped this on my lap, and I really didn't even know that I wanted it. I've always heard negative things about network marketing, and I was like, that's not really going to be something that I'm going to be into. But throughout time, I've just seen time and time again that this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And it's fun to me because my personal trainer side of me, and then I also almost went to nursing school. I love to help people. And it's easy for me to talk about these products simply because of what it's done for me. And when I see so many other people having such great health results, or calling me and saying, I just got into my size whatever jean that I haven't put on in forever, or I'm not having as many migraines anymore, I don't have IBS anymore, it's not embarrassing, I'm not in public and have an attack. I mean, for me, that is worth everything. And that has been such a huge, unexpected blessing that happened with this. And like I said before, I'm a gold ambassador, and the average you can see pay every month. And that's very true. That's right on track with about how much that I get every month. And Nikki and I both know personally our upline that lives in Tupelo, Mississippi. She's a retired pharmacist. She's retired. She's in her low 40s. And she's an Emerald Ambassador. And it's not someone, again, that we don't know. It's someone that we personally know that has gotten a car and won trips to Hawaii. And she was able to get off 7 medications because of Plexus, and she simply just shares her story. She's an introvert. She's not an outgoing person. She doesn't have one of those personalities you think of when you think of a network marketer. So just, I want to encourage each of you that, even if you're an introvert, an extrovert, organized person, not organized person, that this really can be for everyone, especially if you have a story to share with this. And I know Nikki can say the same. It's just easy to talk about when it's done such great things for you. And I am not going to go to the next slide that I have because, hold on one second, because my PowerPoint's messed up, but we do have a special tonight for y'all. We're going to have a drawing for the people that got on to get a 7-day trial pack of Slim. And then the first preferred customer to order is going to get a bottle of Block within 48 hours. So by Tuesday night at 8 o'clock, if you order by then you get a free bottle of Block, which is exciting because I love Block. I'm not taking it now pregnant, but it's great. And then the first 3 to order as an ambassador will get, Nikki, remind me, how much? I can't hear you.
I think we said $20 off.
$20 off. And normally the ambassador fee is $35 for the year, and that's it. You don't have to pay website fees or whatever. So you get $20 off of that if you decide to sign up as an ambassador within 48 hours. So, and also, just the unexpected friendships. I mean, it's just a good way that Nikki and I stay in contact. It's just fun. I really have enjoyed getting to know so many other people with Plexus. It's been really, really fun. And again, an unexpected blessing I didn't ever think would happen. So yeah, I'm going to stop recording, and I want to open it up to anyone that has questions. And yeah, if y'all have a tiny, tiny question, don't feel like it's silly, ask away. So I'm going to stop recording